Sorry lads, we have a tight schedule, so we'll get going there. Fáilte Léir, go dtí Páirc coming out last Gael, take last Shea Bun Clody. In particularly, we want to welcome Carheel County Board, Loch Ormond, Micheál Martin, a very busy man, and he's worked very hard to get up to us here today. And of course, our guest of honour, Canon Seamus. We're gathered here today for the official opening of the John Wall stand. The stand wouldn't have been possible but for the hard work and generosity of a large amount of people. We have the plaque behind us bearing the names of people who bought seats in the stand for themselves or loved ones. And beyond this, there were sponsored walks, donations, team earnings from near and far, without which the stand would not be possible. In particular, I would like to thank the stand committee. The problem with coming up with ideas in this or any club is that you have to stick with them to completion, and complete it they did. I think we all agree that they did a pretty good job. The stand committee have been The stand committee have been reluctant to take credit in the past few weeks whenever complimented on how well the stand looked, and in often cases very slow to give credit as well. I think we will all agree we will put our hands together for the stand committee of Seamus Kelly, Enda Slevin, Tina Doyle, Barty O'Connor and Missy Jackman on a marvellous job. They've got the stand completed despite pandemics, Brexit, war in Ukraine and the ever-rising prices, and delivered a marvellous facility for the spectators to enjoy for years to come. It's a committee of straight talkers. The only time I struggle to get a straight answer is when you ask about the final cost of the stand. A day such as today is not possible without a lot of people putting their shoulder to the wheel and volunteering to get the place ready. From driving machines, landscaping, painting, parking cars, making teas, attending barbecues and a whole lot more. The great Limerick song Sean South references the lorry load of volunteers. Well, we've had a couple of lorry loads here the last couple of weeks, and without them today it wouldn't be possible. I would also like to give mention to the local businesses who have supported us and the local community who continue to support us in everything we do. In particular today I'd like to mention O'Reilly's Super Value, who have sponsored the barbecue in the shop, and we'd like to give them a big round of applause for that. The reason we are here today is to honour a man who never lost a championship game for Wexford. He won 3 Leinster titles, 3 All-Ireland titles, and the man we have named the stand in his honour. It's a remarkable thing that over 100 years after his last championship game for Wexford, we have a crowd here to honour his name through the opening of the stand, and it's testament to his legacy and the legacy of many others that the GAA remains so strong in the parish over 100 years on from his exploits. It's also a remarkable thing to have his son here with us to open the stand today. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Canon Deval to unveil the plaque and officially open the John Wall stand.
Pull it down. Yeah, all right. All right. All right.
Use college. Oh, hasn't down or been showing you con on over so years. On top of so Oscar Banu so Oscar. I guess I'm on it as a good to go down captain showing you con is in the end. I'm very grateful indeed for the privilege and the invitation that I got to come here today and open formally and bless this wonderful amenity for Portlory players. I'm especially appreciative of the fact that it has been named in honour of my late father. The reason his name is being associated with this stand is, as you probably know by now, he was one of that group of footballers who brought fame and renown to County Wexford by winning 4 All-Irelands in a row, 1915, 16, 17 and 18. My father didn't play in 1918, but he was the member of the panel for the other 3 years. Of course, there were many other good footballers in Bunclody at that period, because in 1913, that's just 2 years before the first All-Ireland win, the Bunclody Insurgents won the junior county final, football final. I remember, as this opening here today, I remember another occasion, another opening that I just mentioned because my father was at it. It was the opening of the original music stand in Croke Park. That was in 1938. And my father, along with the many others all over the country, as former All-Ireland players, he was invited to be present in Croke Park that day. When we look around all the grounds here and the buildings and this stand, we know that it's a far cry from the time when the only pitch that was in Bunclody was what we called the football field. That was the top of Bury Street where the technical school is now. And it was known officially as the Gaelic Park, but we called it the football field. It's a big difference from then to now, where the players talked out in the shade of a scock or a great ditch and rolled up their clothes in a bundle to be left there till after the match. But anyway, an improvement came about in later years when the matches were played in the Bridge Meadow. It used to be called then the Bridge Meadow grounds. And I remember that it was in that pitch that the first game, the inaugural game, was being played for the John Wall Cup. That was in the 1960s. So things have improved very much since then. However, to get back to what I'm supposed to be doing today, I have done half of it already. I've unveiled the flag. And now it's my duty to bless the stand and declare formally that it is open. So bear with me now for just a minute till I root out a little bottle of holy water that I'm going to bless this stand with, and bless all the people who are associated with it, and also those who will be enjoying it in the future. There's one thing I forgot to say at the very beginning, that I want to give the heartiest congratulations to all those connected with the provision of this great stand. So have been mentioned already and thanked. I wish to add my word of thanks and congratulations to them as well. And now I will... It is Banim on Tordon Shaw. Banim Nadini, a British Soldiers as Mockershaw, August Nadini, a Golier, will want to call Lesson Ordon, Lewis August Banim, in an hour, August and August the Spirit name, Amen. I get that. Agus Anish, Fógrím William Faldón Eroscult, Agus Tommy Mar Annar, Tugum Dón Meán de Bó mar an an Dón seo. Dar a bhí mar greibh go léir.
Thank you very much, Father. Some lovely words there, and some great memories of your father. I'll now invite Cahirlock, Cudlellock Orman, Micheál Martin to say a few words.
Canon de Ball, Cahirlock Liam, a Chorja tá an ásarm bheith an seo libh an jobh, chun an ardán seo oscailt. Agus bháin mo bhuiachas a gháil don cuman don cura a thug siad dom teach an seo inis. Go bra fad bheith an seo le Canon de Ball chun é sin a oscailt. Ladies and gentlemen, just to first of all express my thanks to the club for inviting me here this afternoon for the opening of this fabulous facility. What a beautiful sight looking out on the facilities and the surrounding hills and environment of the club. Absolutely beautiful vista and a credit to everyone involved in the club, both now and in the past, for the facilities that have been developed here in the club. Most importantly, they're being developed for the community here, and fantastic to see such a huge number of boys and girls who are obviously enjoying the day, who will enjoy these facilities as well. It's what we're about, our community and developing facilities for now and for the future. Really, as Liam said at the start, it's something special to remember our history and our legacy, and what Club Half a House Bunclody have done here today in naming this stand after a legend of the club and a legend of Wexford GA, and someone who's achieved so much, and the uniqueness of having Canon de Ball here to open it is something I think that is probably unique across the country, and something that I know you're highlighting and should be highlighted, and we'll hopefully help to highlight it as well. Lee mentioned as well the lorry load of volunteers. I suppose with modern society, social media and all the bits that go with it, it's becoming more and more challenging to get volunteers, but it's something that we need to acknowledge in a big way. When you look at the fantastic shed, the pitches, and everything we have around us, and obviously the boys and girls that are in front of us, the lorry load of volunteers that it takes every Saturday or Sunday morning to coach them, to keep them active, to improve them. What we're doing throughout the country and throughout the county and here in your community is something that should be appreciated, and I'd like to acknowledge in a big way Liam and his committee, all the various committees and all the volunteers in this club who are contributing to the local community and society in a big way. We don't often get a chance, or those people often don't get thanked enough, but from a county perspective I'd like to ask everyone to put their hands together for Liam as chairman and for everyone else who's been involved in the day-to-day running of the club. Strong clubs make a strong county. I do believe Big 58 and Bunclody are a great example of it, from the model county draw to GPO in the schools, to the nurseries and the academies and the facilities. Bunclody are an example of Half a House Bunclody are an example of a thriving club. So I commend everyone involved. I'm delighted to be here and associated with this occasion, and I wish you well. I'd also, and as I said to Liam at the start, I'd love to be here next winter when the season starts, under lights or on a Sunday afternoon. Wouldn't it be great to be here with one of our county teams showing off these facilities? So hopefully we can make that happen as well. Commend everyone involved, wish you well for this year and into the future. Camila Margaret.
Thanks very much, Micheál. Again, some lovely words. So that concludes our opening ceremony. We have a game here, a hurling game on pitch 1, intermediate hurling game between Half a House Bunclody and Barra Rangers. And on pitch 2 we have our under 11s playing Monagher and an under 8 Camogie match. So enjoy the games, hang around, eat a couple of burgers and enjoy yourselves. Thank you.